This is My Disney Addiction Podcast with your host, Disney Detective Greg.
Number one ghost host, Chris. What's up?
Hey everybody, we're back again with our new setup. Hopefully you guys liked it during our most previous episode. We're just continuing on because we love it. This is great.
The quality is much better than what we had on my old video camera. This new Canon 90D shoots amazing. The new lights that we got were amazing. Everything is just looking great.
Mic, yes.
Everything is just great.
So we're on the up and up. And again, we're still so jazzed to be able to do this together in the same area for you guys. I mean, don't get me wrong, Zoom what definitely helped us out to continue our podcast through, this unprecedented COVID time, but we're really glad to be back in person.
We're rocking
bringing that magic, that Chris and Greg and Chris magic to you.
Magic. That is the word I chose too.
Right. Yep. Right? See, it's magic for us to gather. It's like Magic the Gathering almost.
Oh, I play that game.
You like that?
Oh,
like that?
Okay. All right, guys. We're going to be doing another little episode, and it's going to be a fun one, Greg. What are we doing today?
So we are going to just flex our creative muscles here.
Oh, jeez.
And ask the question, what if Disney creates a park revolving around their villains from their Disney movies? What would it look like? How would it be structured? What would be the icon of the park?
Oh, jeez.
Right? I know, a huge monumental task that we're going to condense into a 30-minute episode, but I think we're well up for the challenge. This will be a lot of fun. And we wanted to hear your opinions as well. Let us know what you think about an all-villains park down in Disney World or, in any other Disney park in the world.
Oh, man, that's tough.
Right?
All right. So, Greg, let's start off.
Okay.
Name. What would we call it?
Well, I mean, I've been hearing about this for years. This is just a rumor. The Dark Kingdom. I sort of do want to put my own spin on it. So it would be, I don't know. I guess I'll just fall on,
I like the Dark Kingdom. I like that
Kingdom.
idea. I like that idea a lot,
Honestly,
actually.
it's good. Yeah.
I think that's good. Okay. Next question.
Okay, next question.
What would be the icon of the park? What's the thing? The image?
That strikes fear or just pure Disney villainous magic.
Yeah, so we got a golf ball, we got a tree, a castle, and I don't even know what.
And
Hollywood Studios is.
Yeah, just a theater. No.
No, I mean,
for a little bit they had the water tower, but of course it was Sorcerer's Mickey hat, which I loved. Still salty that they took it down.
I don't know, whatever. Hollywood Studios.
The Grauman's Chinese Theater. Oh, well, no, actually, in some marketing, they use the Tower of Terror.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so Tower of Terror, just like a haunted hotel.
Sure, we'll go with that one.
Yeah. What would the Dark Kingdom's icon be? So would you want to create sort of an amalgamation of all of the villains into this one icon, like sort of funneling all of their power into this massive, this central hub of energy, of evil energy? Or would you want to sort of pinpoint a classic, just really poignant castle or lair of a Disney villain from a movie? Right.
Well, I'm thinking of Maleficent's castle.
Right. That popped into my mind too.
That popped into my brain. But then there's the, what is that? Chernobog.
Oh yeah, the mountain.
What's the mountain called though?
Bald Mountain.
Bald Mountain.
Bald Mountain.
Yeah, with Chernobog. I was thinking of that one.
That would be cool. Like, talk about a nighttime spectacular. Like,
That'd
every
be
night,
insane.
see Chernobog come out, spread his wings,
Yeah.
volcanoes. Yeah.
Oh man, I say go with the mountain this time, because I mean we have a tree. We already have enough castles.
We do.
I mean, unless the idea was let's do something that's the opposite of the Magic Kingdom. Make it like
Oh,
the like
the antithesis to it.
which
I
would
like
be
that.
like Maleficent's castle.
Sure.
We would do.
Yeah, I really do like the bald mountain as the icon, though.
Yeah.
You know, it have something more organic, much like the Tree of Life in Animal Kingdom. And like you said, you know, we do have a lot of castles interspersed throughout the world with the Disney parks. But yeah, I think the bald mountain would be a really cool icon that would attract a lot of people. And then, you know, we could use that as the hub. And then for the spokes, would we sort of...
Well, no, because the hub... Well, yeah, that will be the hub, yeah.
Right? And then for the spokes, are we going to go like traditional like Magic Kingdom setup where you have different lands, like 4 different lands? Should we go down that route and then talk about like what we would place in each of those lands? Right. And then we could also talk about some themed restaurants that they could put in.
Dude,
like,
we don't have time for this kind of episode.
I know. The
this
more
might
we think about
this
it,
might have to be like a part 1 and part 2.
seriously, we'll see how we fare. But
gosh, that's
yeah,
tough.
yeah. Where to go from here?
Guys, we're really struggling because, like, you know, you guys are probably thinking, you guys should have prepared and thought about this. That's the problem, though. It's like when you think of something you really like your brain is always trying to say, well, what about this? What about this? So you're always like second guessing yourself. So
Yeah.
I like the idea of theme in different areas, but here's how I would be different than Magic Kingdom. Instead of doing like Tomorrowland, Frontierland, Adventureland, you know, instead of doing all that, I would think, because if you want to make this a Disney, oh man, this is tough. Well, because are we talking about pure Disney IP?
Correct. Yeah, not ones that they've acquired.
Okay, so that leaves out Pixar.
It does. That leaves out Star Wars and leaves out Marvel.
Okay.
Yep. So just pure Disney IP. Correct.
Well, that might change it then.
Okay. Because initially I was thinking about, well, I would just choose some classic villains and then just make it like they control that section of the park. You know, like you have Captain Hook with Jolly Roger, and then he controls like the Neverland with Skull Rock. You know,
Okay.
and then you can go to Scar and like the decrepit Pride Rock, things like that. And you know, then you could also search like Ursula. You could go under the sea, see her lair. Even though we don't really get a good feel for it in the movie, I think that'd be a cool way to expand the creativity. You know, but then again, since the park is only so big and like we're choosing only a limited number of sections within the park, or lands if you will, I feel like a lot of really good Disney villains would get shafted, so to speak. So I think maybe there's something we could do to sort of bring multiple villains together, you know?
So maybe do it this way. You could do kind of like either themed around the times they came out, like you could do like decades, like there's these decades of these villains in this area.
Sure.
You could do it that way. You could do like the classic villains, the Renaissance villains, like things like that. You could try to theme it based around like the stylistic picture of it. So like animal, like so Lion King would be like an animal one. So then you might have to think of like other animals that were Disney creations. So you
like
would
Ursula,
think
maybe. You know,
maybe
she's an octopus.
But then I mean you could think of like Prince John from Robin Hood.
Oh, okay.
You could do what's another animal?
Shere Khan.
Shere Khan
From the Jungle Book.
You could do. So you could do like an animal themed one.
I like that.
But then you could do like an all female villains area. So I mean like that.
Wow, that would be cool. Queen of Hearts.
Maleficent.
Ursula. I know I keep bringing her up. I don't know why. But
I don't know
Ursula.
why you're so obsessed with Ursula. But you got that.
I'm a poor, unfortunate soul for her, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, and then you could have a guys, you know, so you would have Gaston, you would have Jafar, you would have, what's his name? Clayton.
Clayton. Yes, that's right.
You would have. So I mean, like you could do it that way, or you could Hades, or you could set it up kind of like different, like realism almost. So you could kind of say like, oh, Clayton. So you have more realistic villains in this area, which would be like Clayton over here. You probably have maybe like Jafar over there,
or like the villain from Pocahontas who's evading my memory. What is his name?
Oh my gosh, what's his name?
I mean, I never
I'm picturing
face.
the guy.
I know.
I'm picturing the guy
in his magenta costume and armor, with the pug. Oh my god! Oh my goodness!
I forgot his name.
It's something very proper.
I forgot his name. Whatever. But like, so you could have a more realistic side of it, and then you could have like a total fantasy side, which could be like Hades, it could be Ursula, it could be Maleficent,
Sure.
And so you could do it that way. And then you could stick to the, once again, the animal side to it over here. So I think that might actually be the most feasible.
I like that. I like that.
But then you have those weird ones where would you put Gaston? Because he's in a fantasy movie.
Right. You know that theory? Well, I think it is more in line with the Pixar theory, where like every Pixar movie is like
all
intertwined.
Of them are connected. Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same. If there's like a Disney theory, but I'm thinking it'd be cool to have like a central icon that would then just like it's sort of like flowing down into all of the lands.
Well, that'd be Chernobog.
You know, so I think Bald Mountain with Chernobog would work very perfect.
Because he's like the essence of evil.
Right, pretty much. And then so it just like it bleeds down, and then you know it shares with like it's like a feudal system. You have like Chernobog gave power to these villains to control the parks, or you know the lands within the park. And I really like that idea of like you take care of the fantasy area, you take care of the animal kingdom. I was about to say
you
that.
take care of like the realistic. World.
Yeah. So I think that'll be a cool way to split it up.
I like it. Yes. Wow. Disney, just put us in charge.
Come on. Let's take a page from our book here. We're just brainstorming, having a good time, and I think this is gold. I think we struck a gold mine.
So what about? Okay, so now let's think about some restaurants.
Yes, I was actually going to say that. So I'm glad we're on the same wavelength.
We used the restaurant from Ratatouille. What's his name?
Chef Gusteau.
Yeah, we used that restaurant.
Okay.
Because the villain is the head chef of that restaurant.
Right.
So we could use that restaurant. We could also kind of dip into New Orleans a little bit with Tiana's Tavern.
Ooh, I think that'd be great.
Which I know Tiana's Tavern is like she's a princess, but like not really many villains have restaurants. So you got to bear with us here, folks.
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
You could do that.
Okay.
What's another one?
Well, I mean, I know that they have it in New Fantasyland, but like Gaston's Tavern, I don't know if they want to replicate that, but I think that's too much of an easy out, too much of an easy answer here for this episode.
You could create like an African-inspired restaurant in the area because you could have like for like the Pride Lands, and you have food from there. You could do different. You could do a buffet style for like all of like the classic Disney princesses, which were from different areas of the world.
I like that. You could do like a Hades underground bar, sort of. You know, like Hades underground bar. I think it'd be really cool, actually. Just thought of that right now.
I like that one.
Right? And then you have like these cool concoctions that you can make, cocktails. Got Pain and Panic making the drinks for you, or just bartenders that sort of have that same personality. I think it'd be really cool. And then to walk into the bar, you'd have to pass that three-headed dog, Cerberus, I think, or you could pay the ferryman on the river Styx to get in. Oh my gosh, I'm just getting so jazzed thinking about this
guy.
Hades underground bar. Wow,
I like this idea.
I'm a fan of this.
So we could do that. Now, so here's a weird question. How would you transform the park though? Because here's where I think some of the problems go.
Transform, okay.
How are you gonna transform it for Halloween or Christmas? Or would it not
Jack
change?
Skellington.
But Jack Skellington was good.
He was good.
So would you just not change it and it's always evil, no matter what time of the year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think so. I think Halloween, of course, you can put on some seasonal parades or whatever, but
I say
think,
give it over to the Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, let them control it for a night or, a week.
A month.
A month. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I don't know. Disney starts their Halloween thing back in July and it goes till Christmas.
You know what? Very true. They just extend it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that would be good. I mean, I think there'd be a ton of other restaurants that you could do and quick services, which would be really cool.
Yes.
So, we have that. Now,
some rides.
Rides.
Yes.
This is going to be tough.
Yes. So the first one that popped into my mind, we mentioned this during our, I think, episode a couple weeks ago, talking about which new rides would you like to see Disney make based off of some, Disney films that they haven't done so yet.
Me and you are pretty much thinking the same thing right now, I bet.
Is it the Yzma roller coaster
Yzma.
one? Yeah, Emperor's New Groove.
Emperor's New Groove. Come on, Disney.
They were just begging for that to be made into a ride. I mean, honestly, if the writers weren't thinking about that as they were writing the movie, it was just
come on
serendipity. And I'm surprised that you guys haven't done it yet.
It's not serendipity. It's serendipitous.
Serendipity is a word.
Serendipity is not a word.
Serendipity is a word.
Serendipitous.
Serendipitous is like an adjective to describe something. Serendipity is the noun form.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% positive.
You're 100%.
Yes, and it's not serendipitous of me saying that just because it happens to be true.
I think you're lying, but whatever.
See, I'm not saying it is a Greg fact because I know it to be an actual fact. That's why I'm not saying it's a Greg fact.
Okay, so
see,
so he must be telling the truth.
Catching on.
Okay, so Yzma has to be in there.
Yes,
that's a must.
That is a must.
Okay. What other ride would you do?
Oh goodness.
I would have a Hercules ride with all the Titans.
Oh, that would be epic.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Yes, I would love that ride. And then how would you want to? So would it be more of like a 3D ride where like you're in a moving like pod or capsule and then you're watching the story unfold? Something
like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, it would be kind of a mixture of like Rise of Resistance meets Flight of Passage.
Okay. And for me, I think another cool one. Now, granted, this one would probably be situated in between lands, sort of like if you're going into like the fantasy realm from the real part of the park. It would be riding that submarine from Atlantis: The Lost Empire, and you have to try to evade that Atlantis like
crab.
Yeah,
thing?
Crab kraken thing. Yeah, like an underwater ride. Yeah.
Okay, I could get on board with that.
Right? I think it would be interesting. Not what a lot of people would expect, but
I could get on board with it.
Yeah.
So
I think it'd be really cool.
Another ride I would probably say I'd kind of make like a what's the word I'm looking for? An amalgamation of villain rides.
Okay.
So like kind of do like one ride, maybe make it a little bit longer of a ride so you can combine all these villains, but you could combine Scar, Jafar, Maleficent, the evil witch from Snow White. I think her name is Regina. At least Regina from Once Upon a Time.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that show.
But like some of those villains where you can, it's like, well, we can't make a ride for everybody. We can put all these groups of villains in there.
Sure. Okay. So then would they like be teaming up together,
Yes.
and then you would have to try to stop them?
Yeah.
Okay. Sort of like you are the Mickey Mouse of a Phantasmic ride.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like that.
So
I like that a lot. Okay.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's kind of, so we talked about that. So we talked about the rides, the restaurants, main icon.
Yep.
What else did we cover? Well, different types of lands.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Shopping.
Shopping. Yes.
We would have to have a we would have to have a specific, because like there's none of them really have to do with shopping terribly much.
No. Maybe we could do like a Cruella de Vil
Cruella de Vil.
like outfit shop.
Ooh, have.
Where,
So
like,
you could have like different restaurants and then have a huge shopping center there. That would be the Cruella de Vil.
yeah.
Clothing.
Parlor. Yeah.
Clothing.
Clothing parlor or something.
Yeah, and then you could have. I'm trying to think of what it is.
See, I really wanted to say Edna Mode and like where you could go in, but she does the costumes for the good guys, and that's Pixar.
Yeah, that's.
So that slashed my idea right there. Yeah, who's like another really just hip, fashionable villain? Cruella de Vil is the only one that comes to my mind.
Well,
Right?
I mean, you have that. What's his name from Princess and the Frog? What's the villain's name?
Mr. Voodoo guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
To me, he was a forgettable villain. But I mean, you could have different mini stores throughout there, but
Yeah.
like have a whole clothing store that's specifically Cruella de Vil
Cruella de Vil.
section, and then have like merchandise stores
I
with
like
other
that.
things there.
Yep. I like that.
So I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking. Do you think there's anything else that we could add to this, or do you think? I think we pretty much covered all of it. I mean, without getting so far into detail, I mean, we would have to really.
We would, yeah. I mean, I think this is definitely a really good start, and we really made some strides into our version of the Dark Kingdom, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely love to visit that park or see where they would put it. Would you put it closer to at like a specific other park for like accessibility? You think it might be like the sister park to Magic Kingdom? Because like you said, it could be the antithesis. So like, would you want it to be close to Magic Kingdom? Would you want it to be a little bit further out?
A little
maybe
further
expand
out.
the territory?
To expand the territory so you'd have more space.
Okay.
But then also it's like you have to travel. It's like go to me. It's kind of like going from Olympus to Hades. Like that's a huge distance.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I was looking at, or like going from the land to the sea. That's like a huge. Those are polar opposites.
Yeah.
So to kind of make it a little bit more distant, I think would be nice.
And this idea just popped into my mind. So you know how you have for Magic Kingdom, you have the Magic Kingdom resorts, Epcot resorts. What resorts now would we place around Dark Kingdom? Right?
Well, we'd have to do a New Orleans one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we kind of have something like that.
We do. Port Orleans, right?
Yeah.
We could. I mean, I think of one just like more on like an ancient Roman or
That's what I was
Grecian resorts to sort of harken to
Kind
Hades.
of like an Arabian style one for Aladdin.
Oh my goodness, yes, with Jafar. That would be really cool, actually.
I mean, there's so many restaurants we could come up with. It's just too hard to.
Yeah, but I think that's a really good start for the resorts. And would you want it to be connected to a monorail?
Well, yeah, I think that'd probably be the best.
Yeah, I think it would be. Or add it on to the Skyliner. Have you ever been on the Skyliner?
Nope,
yet?
and I know a lot of people don't want to do it. So just make it easy. Just do the monorail.
Yeah.
All right, folks. That has pretty much been it for us today. It's been a good one. It's been fun.
Very thought-provoking, and
it's been tough.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, after we end this episode, I know that I'm gonna still think about it.
Dude, I'm gonna be struggling all night now.
The possibilities are endless. So we want you guys to let us know what you think would be great for an All Villains park. What would you put in there? Tell us like the structure if you want to get really into it. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we would just love to hear from you.
All right, you guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can make sure you talk to us. We try to respond back as soon as possible. But it has been a great time. We will see you guys next time.
Yes, and this is your only place to get your Disney fix.
Peace.